Let me in your ear. I got something you need to hear. Turn the volume up so it's loud and clear. A podcast where we talk about politics and culture, unscripted, no limits. Like a na. So do not pretend this with no agendas. Our only plan is to keep it 100. Do it for the fam, yeah. What up? What up? What up?
Going on?
Same old same. Thanks for tuning in to what is this, episode 5?
Think so, yeah.
Episode 5 for the fam podcast. We getting it, y'all. We told y'all we getting it. We in it.
Yes, sir.
So how you been, man? You all right?
Yeah, man. It's been a rough few weeks for the family, but everybody's doing okay.
Yeah. That's good to hear, man. I was thinking about that earlier today.
Yep.
Yeah. So what you want to get into today, bro?
Today we want to talk about turning 50. Since the two of us will be 50 within 2 weeks and me within 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks.
It's woo. And in what, the 1990s? Would they tell us like the life expectancy was 25 or something like that for a young black male?
Nah, it wasn't even that. I mean, back in those days, it was like 21, 22. We used to hear that all the time, but of course, now that we're older, you look back at it and you think, "Oh man, that's a lot of."
Sure it was. Sure it was. But at the same time, we know a lot of brothers who didn't make it. So I feel blessed. I feel like, I'm not a revisionist type person. So I'm not looking back and saying, I wish I could do this, that over. The one thing I do feel like is I wish I would, if I could go back and give myself one piece of advice, it would be financial advice. I mean, like, I just feel like I've wasted so much money over the years. So that's like the one thing that I would go back and do differently if I could, is like just tell myself, hey, you probably don't need to buy this at this time. Take that money and invest it. But you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? Other than that, I mean, I'm cool, man. I mean, as far as my experiences go and all of that, it is what it is. I've had some good times. I had some rough times.
Think about 96, 97. If we had like $1,000 to blow,
probably did. But
who's this new company coming along? What's Google? Dog, we'd be sitting in the studio right now with our feet up. Man. But
the Snuggie, bro. I know it's silly. The Snuggie is the one that gets me. They got in, got that money, and got out.
Yep.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy.
Yep.
That's the one for me, man. So I don't know, bro. How you feel about turning 50?
I don't know. I guess if you'd asked me 25 years ago about turning 50, that was back when we looked at everybody that was 30, 35 plus. We used to look at them like they were old. Remember at 18, somebody who was 30 was old to us?
Hey, that's real talk right there.
Man. But then the older you get, when people say you're only as old as you feel.
Correct.
It happens. Now, I'll say the last 2 weeks for me being on my feet. So now I know you probably like, man, I'm on my feet every day.
Yeah.
But me being on my feet and having the foot issues I was having for a while, I'm like, boy, I feel like I'm 60. Not 49. I feel like I'm 60. But I mean, man, I don't feel no certain way about it. Just happy to be here. Still young enough to play with grandkids.
Yeah.
Still young enough to, put one of the kids in a wrestling hole. Tried to do that last night though. It didn't work out too. I was in a bad state.
The old man strength kick in, but the flexibility don't be there.
No. That's why I was like, nope, that's it. I'm done. Because once your arm get bent the wrong way, you're like, nope, let me go.
No, I feel you. And as far as like physicality goes, I mean, I walk every day. I think that I'm pretty healthy as far as that goes. I exercise routinely, but still, joints are joints. You know what I'm saying? So my knees still ache. My back still aches occasionally for no reason. I was talking to my homies at work and he was like, man, my knee just hurt. I said, how old are you, bro? He said, I'm 45. I said, yeah, you at that age. It's just one of those things. It goes along with getting older. Is you're just going to have those aches and pains. And it's funny, our parents would get up off the couch or get up out of a chair and, ugh. And now I'd be like, I get it.
But I know you've probably heard the story a million times. When my father told me, he said, one day you're going to wake up, your knee going to be hurt. You're going to stand up, you're going to, move it around a little bit, think to yourself, now, why the hell is my knee hurt? And he said, as the day goes on, you're going to forget about your knee.
Yep.
And then you're going to go, why the hell is my shoulder hurt?
Yep.
And by the time you go to sleep, your lower back is hurting.
Yep.
And if you look back at your day and think about it, you can't understand why any of them were hurting at all.
Right.
That's what he told me. He told me that when I was like 20. He's like, wait until you get to be about 40, 45. He's like, it'll hit you.
Bro, when I get up in the morning, it takes me so long to get them first couple of steps, bro. I mean, I got my Fred Sanford walk going them first couple of steps until my legs, feet, knees actually warm up. Yeah, it's like, oh my God, I'm so stiff. I definitely feel the difference. But excuse me, the physical ailments I'll trade for the mental intelligence that I've gained over the years. So it's a swap for me, you know what I'm saying? Take the good with the bad, you know what I'm saying? And like you were saying, just happy to be here. I feel blessed to be here because a lot of homies didn't make it. So it's all good, man. Yeah. I'm just, just figured it was something that we haven't really rapped about, but just figured it was something that we need to start rapping about. You know what I'm saying? As Black men turning 50, we need to start taking our health more seriously. You've been on me about getting routine physicals and checkups and stuff, and I'm trying to get better at that. So it's just one of those things that at 50 we have to start taking into consideration. Yes, we understand about the Tuskegee experiment, and yes, we understand that some doctors used to treat us like we had a higher pain threshold. We get it. But at some point, find a good Black doctor if you can't trust anybody else. But we have to start going to the doctor. We have to start taking our health more seriously.
Well, it's kind of like, for me, unfortunately, I hit a wall in my early 20s with my health, with gastro issues, and finding out that so many members of my family had the same issues I did, just didn't get it checked out, and having a son dealing with colitis. So, it's just one of those things why I brought up to you about getting routine checkups, because I've been through so many of them. And had I not ignored them from age 18 to 21, some of the pain that I was having, those 3 years where I just ignored some of the stomach pains and issues I was having, I might have had a better. Now, I know I'm more fortunate than some other people who deal with what I deal with, but I may have been able to have a couple of years where I wasn't on medication, where I wasn't getting so many endoscopies.
Right.
That dreaded colonoscopy.
Yeah. Which I got to schedule mine. New Year. I made it up in my mind. I said, New Year, I'm scheduling it. So I've already talked to my wife about it. And as much as I'm dreading it, got to do it. Like I said, we 50 now. It's something that we got to start taking more seriously. So dedicating a small portion of my time to, just getting the routine checkups and going to see the doctor and, listening, not taking everything they say as gospel, but listening, I'm not a guy who likes to take a lot of pills and medication and stuff. So always asking questions like, is there another way? Is there something else I can do? Is there a holistic approach? Because I get it. FDA approved. Well, it's supposed to be, quotes, unquote, supposed to be FDA approved, but I'm just not a medicine guy. I'm not a pill guy. I'm not a pharmaceutical guy. So anything that I can do holistically, I'll try and do first. If that's not effective, then okay, doc, Write me a prescription.
And the thing for a lot of us too, I mean, most of our families migrated north back in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. I know both sides of my family was the 40s. So yeah, I knew my grandfather, great grandfather, but a lot of those generations after that, our families just didn't talk about them a lot. Yeah, we went down south, we saw, your cousins here and your cousins there, but we don't know what type of health issues my great grandfather had.
True.
So it's one of those things. Since we don't know those things, we need to go get checked out for ourselves. Make sure that there's nothing genetic going on. So, it's. I think we just get so caught up in doing everything else and just forgetting to take care of ourselves, taking care of our children. You're a grandfather now. I've been a grandfather for 8 years now. So, we need to be there for them too. When we're in our 70s, we want to still be able to get out there and walk with them and do the necessary things with our grandchildren. So.
Gotta spoil them and then send them home. I look forward to that. I look forward to those days of going, you know what? Yeah, you've been eating ice cream all day. Okay, time to go home.
Matter of fact, here's one for the road.
Yep.
Take it home with you.
Yep. So what about a midlife crisis, man? You want to go get you a sports car?
Yeah. So, excuse me. You want to talk about something I've never understood. You know what? And I'm not gonna say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. We had a teacher back in the day.
I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly where you're going with this.
It could be one of two of them, actually. But it was one who had no business being in our neighborhood.
None.
And we were what? Sophomores, juniors? And we start...
Something like that.
And we start looking up going, was that Mr. Such and Such?
It sure was.
Man, that dude went through a midlife crisis. What he had at... Was it a convertible?
Convertible. Green. Hunter Green. Drop top Corvette.
Sure enough.
Yeah, Hunter Green drop. I think it had a black top on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird, bro.
Because he was such a old folks said, stick in the mud.
Yeah,
so to speak.
Yeah.
And then he started coming through the hood,
wilding out
with the high school girls in the car.
Wilding out. Hey, should have been on To Catch a Predator. And I mean, we laugh about that, but he probably should have been on To Catch a Predator.
Now, let me say this, disclaimer. We have no rumors, no nothing that this man was out there sleeping with young girls. We just
Facts.
We just reliving a moment in our history. But no, man, I've never understood the midlife crisis thing. Well, let me rephrase that. I understand the midlife crisis because I ain't gonna lie to you. I went through when I gained a little bit of weight. I remember fighting in my mind, yo, man, what you doing? You lose a little confidence in yourself and so on and so forth. But I've never wanted to run out and spend $100,000 or to add a $600 car note to my bills every month.
No desire to be young again. You don't want to go dye your beard.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Start wearing a do-rag and,
I ain't gonna lie. Dog, trying to line up my beard, being as light as I am, and then with the hair turning from a dark brown to a
it's
gray.
Hard to see.
Dog, it's bad enough I got freckles. So half the time I be thinking freckles on my face is a piece of hair. I done halfway cut my face trying to cut a freckle off.
Right.
But no, man, I mean, I got so much going on a day-to-day basis, working and trying to be a better grandfather. But I don't think about going out and just spending my money
on material
things or trying to find somebody younger to
parade
parade around.
Right.
It's nah, I'm cool on all that.
No, I feel you. I feel you 100%, bro. And it's just when I think about one, I've already done it. I've had cars with rims and tires, and I've had some beat in my cars. I've already done all of that. I did that in my 20s.
And I used to install all that stuff for a living. So
So in my 50s, if I'm still worried about that, then what progress have I made?
Right.
So I don't think about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not out here trying to go get the latest Jordans. I wore those in high school. I'm good. No disrespect to Mike. I'm not paying you twice the amount for what I paid back in the 90s for your shoes, bro. I'm just not.
Paid 120, and that was through the roof back in the 90s.
Right.
And now them same shoes be selling on eBay and StockX for like $2 and $3 grand. Man, come on.
Yeah. I'm good. Give me some K-Swiss. I'm good. Give me some Nike Air Max. I'm good. I don't need it because I'm not trying to be young. I'm not trying to keep up with the young boys. You know what I'm saying? I accept where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if anything, I'm trying to show y'all the growth. You can still be cool at our age. You know what I'm saying? And without trying to be young, I can still be cool. I may not be able to talk to you about the latest rap beef between who and who, but I can still listen to a song and tell you if the lyrics are whack or not.
Right. My ears still work.
Yeah. I can still do that. And at the same time, I can turn you on to some good old school R&B.
Absolutely.
I can turn you on to some jazz if you want a different perspective. You know what I'm saying? It's all relative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you ain't supposed to be on my level. You still growing. You still got to progress. Mm-hmm. And at the same time, I'm not supposed to be on your level because that means I'm stagnant.
So one of the twins always brings up how some of the friends he used to hang out with, you know, and I'm talking just 2, 3, 4 years ago, would be dressing like him.
Mm-hmm.
Or he say like they would go out, you know, to a bar,
mm-hmm.
not necessarily to drink, but to hang out.
Mm-hmm.
He said, you know, somebody will walk in and he'd recognize them and like, who is that? And then one of the people he with, oh, that's my pops. And he said, man, he's like, Dad, them dudes be dressed like they 17, 18 years old, coming there with skinny jeans on, with holes in them, wearing Jordans with them. I forget the name brand of the shirt, but wearing just, and look, I don't dress like I'm 90.
Right.
But I'm not about to be out here dressed like my youngest kids.
Right. One,
my kids would laugh. First off, they would laugh at me.
That part, but comfort is my number one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I want to look good. I want to be stylish, but I got to be comfortable.
Absolutely.
If I'm not comfortable, it got to go. I don't care how good it look. Comfort is first. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it ain't like we dress like we 90. It's just, I'm not trying to dress like you. And I'm not supposed to.
Listen, man. I remember we were talking at the house one day and they were talking about hitting the lottery. And one of them was like, what would you do with your wardrobe? I said, man, I would buy a whole closet full of the old school Levi's 501s and a whole closet of black and white t-shirts.
That's it. That's the uniform.
Some dope man Nikes, some Air Force Ones, and some old school K-Swiss. That's all, and a bunch of suits. That's all I would wear.
What'd you just say?
Old school K-Swiss?
The dope man Nike.
Oh yeah.
Cats don't even know what that are.
They do. They're cheap and tacky to them now.
The dope man Nikes?
Yes.
Man, stop. Man, knock it off.
But Nike selling them bad boys for over $100 now. Remember they were like $45, $50 back in the day? Yeah, the dope man Nike is about $120.
Man, knock it off.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Nike, stop it. Just stop. Seriously, just stop.
I could see raising prices, and I tell the kids all the time, I flip out about stuff because, you know, I like to be frugal with money nowadays, but I be trying to tell them, like for example, I'm looking at some cookies right now. These cookies 20 years ago, same packaging, same everything, $2.99.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, these cookies like what, $5.99?
It's funny you say that because I was just bored last week and I just haven't. Actually, I was at the store and I seen something and it made me think of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, I'm going to research this when I get home. Since the 80s, inflation has gone up 280%, bro. 280%. That's a real figure. Since the 80s. Just think about that. Let that sink in. Think about how the value of the dollar has decreased since the 80s. Something that used to be, a 25-cent bag of chips. That same bag of chips is now like $1.25.
So you and I briefly worked for the same company. Not at the same time, but for the same company. I still remember the meeting we had when they brought all the drivers in and they were talking about packaging changes. Because when we used to come in, in the morning in the clock in area, there'd be like chips. Hey, test these out. I'll never forget sitting in that room and they said, all right, so next week we're making a change to the size of the bags. And the bags got smaller. And then they told us it was a 25, it was a 25 cent increase. So compared to the bags when we were kids, compared to it now, I think there's like 1.6 less, like ounces. It's 1.6 less. The bags are smaller and the price has gone up over 75%. The other bag, the snack bags, now those are over $3 now. They were $1.79 5 years ago.
And you know what's crazy about that? 60%, 65% of it is air. Yeah. Yeah, that's the other crazy part. 65% of that bag of chips is filled with air. But that's another topic for another day. Maybe that's something we'll get into on a future podcast. Is there anything else you want to touch on about turning 50?
No, I just want to reiterate taking your health serious, being here for your kids, being here for your grandkids. At the moment, we're fortunate. I have my mother and my father. Your mother's in her 80s now, healthy. Everybody's healthy, doing
relatively
healthy, doing well for still living their day-to-day lives, getting up and being able to still do something. So you want to take care of yourself now, the way that our parents took care of themselves in their 40s and 50s, so we can still be there and see our grandkids grow up. But that's pretty much it.
No, that's facts, man. And to be able to see a great grandkid, I think that's just cool as hell. To live to see that many generations.
My grandfather lived to see how many great grandkids? 9, maybe? 7 for sure. 7 for sure.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful thing, bro. So yeah, that's goals. You want to talk about future goals? Those are future goals, to be able to live to see some great grandkids. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you're supposed to die. Like on Harlem Nights, when he told Eddie Murphy, dying young ain't cool. What's cool is dying old with some grandkids around you in a hospital bed or whatever. Like that's what's cool is dying old, not dying young.
Can I change the subject real quick?
Yeah.
So we going on a little bit longer than we thought, but I somebody said something the other day, and I said I got to make sure I bring this up. Who was the villain of Harlem Nights?
Oh man, I'm gonna say there were a couple, but the cop, whatever the cop was, Danny Aiello character, to me he was the biggest villain.
You think so?
Yeah, I do.
You know the villain? Remember I told you about Karate Kid?
Yeah.
How we laughed about that?
Yeah.
Daniel-san was truly the bully.
Yeah.
Go back and watch Harlem Nights. Eddie Murphy was the
He did start all the shit. You're right.
Had he just listened.
You're right.
Had he just listened,
they'd have still been kicking it.
Had he not gone. Now, keep in mind, at the same token, during that time, a bunch of black men prospering.
Yeah.
Somebody would have come along eventually, such as Phil Cantone, would have come along to try to take it away. But if you look at the first hour of that movie, dude, Eddie Murphy did so. I mean, from the get this kid out of here before I kick his ass, just leave, man. Now another man did because you shot him. You know what? Hey, we may do that on we can on the black hand side.
Yeah. Let's save it for that. Let's save it for the end of the episode. We could talk about that. You know what I was just thinking about, bro?
What's that?
Did you introduce yourself? I
thought about it about 20 seconds in. I was like, well, shit, we already into it.
Let's keep it moving. Next up, y'all, we're going to talk about some current events. You got anything you want to discuss, brother?
I did. As I was telling you, I was driving and something hit me. And not literally, but something came into my head and I thought I got to talk about that, but I forgot. So I'm gonna defer to you right now.
All right, cool. And just feel free to jump in, interrupt me, whatever. I can get to rambling. But I want to talk about why information matters. And I mean all information, but this is going to relate to the jobs numbers. There's been a lot of stories in the news about him firing the jobs report lady, the BLS lady, Bureau of Labor Statistics, for those who don't know. He fired that lady because she said the numbers were not as favorable as he would like them to be. And here is why that is such a dangerous thing. Information matters. If there is an instant, whatever, where there's a catastrophic event, be it weather, be it that we're under attack from a foreign nation, whatever the case may be, Lord forbid any of those things happen. But we need to be able to trust the government's information. This is why you cannot fire people because you don't like their information. You're creating such a system of distrust that in case of a real emergency, you leave the people scrambling because we don't know what to do. We don't know if your information is real or not. So, with that being said, and sometimes you just have to use common sense. I mean, because clearly at this point, we can't trust his data. So I'm just going to rattle off a few things here and I'll let you decide if the job numbers are up or down. So for this year, 2025, these are all the companies that laid people off just this year. This is in alphabetical order. Amazon, Apple, Autodesk, Blue Origin, Bumble, Chegg, not familiar with that one, Cisco, CrowdStrike, EA Sports for the video games, Expedia, Google Alphabet, Grubhub, Hewlett-Packard Enterprise, Hewlett-Packard Inc., Intel. If you're paying attention, the government just tried to take 10% of Intel, Match Group, Meta, Microsoft, NetApp, Oracle, Scale AI, Turo, not familiar with that one, Workday, Estee Lauder, JCPenney, Kohl's, Walmart, Wayfair, oh, I'm not done, Boeing, Chevron, CVS, JP Morgan Chase, Southwest Airlines, Tyson Foods, United States Postal Service. And if I'm not mistaken, Kroger announced that they were going to lay off like 1,000 corporate jobs like last week or 2 weeks ago, right? So keep all of those companies in mind. Add to that the 200,000, whether that's a real number or not, the 200,000 government employees that have lost their jobs because of Doge. So when you consider all of that information, how in the hell do you think the job numbers are up? It doesn't make sense, bro. And this doesn't include small businesses that go out of business. So you're talking about another 4 or 5 people who probably lost their jobs if that small business goes under. So yeah, bro, the data is the data. Jobs are not up. Sorry, they're not. Now here's a caveat. There is a sector, there is an industry where jobs have increased, and that would be the health industry, health and social services. And there's a reason for that. But I'm talking about doctors, nurses, therapists, social workers, psychologists, etc. Those numbers have increased. But here's why those numbers have increased. Because that industry took a major hit during COVID. a lot of healthcare professionals decided to walk away because of COVID. The strain was too much. Whether you believe COVID was real or not, I'm not having that debate. The effects of COVID are real. So yeah, there was a huge gap, a huge void created from COVID in the healthcare industry. So if you were to do research, you say, oh, maybe those numbers offset. Really, they don't. But that's a whole nother story. I'm not trying to get into that. I'm just trying to say, based on the information that I have provided, and this isn't even like an intensive search. This was really quick. No way job numbers can be up.
So what's because I don't have the exact amount. So what was the number that she released? Did you see that?
I don't remember. I know that they downgraded it, and that's what pissed them off.
Right.
She basically said the number out. I think it was in like the 200, like 50,000 range or something like that, and they downgraded it some. And that's when he was like, "Oh no, these numbers, the data is faulty." Blah 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 blah.
Well, the thing is too is that we haven't been the last few months. It's been under the expectation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like I guess going piggybacking off of what you just said. I guess for me, I don't understand how you can take, and I'll use an example in from my previous position. You can't, because COVID hit that industry hard. Now we grew.
Mm-hmm.
The plant in Indy grew 26% during COVID, but it hit the corporate office really, really hard because it's a family-owned business. So they took all of their manufacturing out of that main building and started using the manufacturer in Michigan, which is an established company that they work with for a long time. They started having issues with turnover, with hiring, and so on and so forth. Their profits went down. You just shut down your production. Of course, your profits went down.
Right.
You outsourced. You chose to close down a mill that had been in your family for 100 years. And now you're mad at us because you're not making the money.
Right.
It's kind of like the same thing. It's like, do you not understand what happened when you shut down that entire production? First off, you moved a couple people to different positions, but you got rid of like 30 people. You've lost the production.
Yeah.
So instead of doing it in-house, now you're spending an extra $20,000, $30,000 a month, whatever the dollar amount is, per month. Of course, you're losing it.
Yeah.
And similar to what you just said, I watched a couple of people above me get fired.
No, facts.
Because the numbers were down. It's like, what the hell did you expect? COVID was an anomaly for that industry. We grew 26%. And then the next year, we grew 13%. But now they're mad. So you want to grow another 26? You can't just be happy with the 13?
Right. It's crazy. And there were several things that I was debating, speaking about as far as current events. Of course, we need to mention the Minnesota school shooting. Absolute tragedy. Again, Democrats are missing the boat, in my opinion. The mayor of Minneapolis, when he was saying thoughts and prayers aren't enough. Then there were some others who were saying thoughts and prayers aren't enough. Thoughts and prayers aren't enough. They are letting Republicans hijack that to say there's an attack on people of faith. No one is attacking people of faith by saying thoughts and prayers aren't enough. They are attacking the inability to do anything as it relates to gun control. But here they are missing the boat and not pushing back hard. Anytime they hear someone say they're attacking people of faith, they need to be like hair on fire, going off. No, we're not going to let you change the narrative. Something needs to happen. I don't know what. I'm a gun owner. You're a gun owner. But something needs to happen. I have my guns as a last line of self-defense. But if they had a buyback program tomorrow and they made it illegal, here. I'm not a collector. I'm not a gun enthusiast. I'm not a hunter. I got a gun out of necessity. If someone breaks into my home, I need to defend my home, my family, my wife. Other than that, I don't see no real use in it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not a gun enthusiast. I'm not a guy who gets his heart on. Look at this gun and look at all these features. Who cares? I'm not that dude.
Lord knows I'm the same way. Shoot, I still got the first gun that I ever bought. This piece of trash, but it's the first one I ever bought. So I keep it kind of like, I don't want to say sentimental value.
Yeah.
But if I lost it tomorrow, I'd be like, damn, what happened? I mean, obviously I report it, but I'd be thinking to myself, I mean, I'm not going to go kicking doors down trying to find it. Because again, it's not, for me, mine are strictly for protection.
Yep.
I'm not going to go to my friend's house. We sit our guns out on the table and we talk about how cool it is. And then look, I know there's some people probably listen to this or hear it and be like, oh yeah, just some more libs on the podcast. First and foremost, neither one of us are far left liberals in any way, shape, or form, but we definitely will tell you how we feel about what's going on. Some things we agree with on one side. Well, let me rephrase that. Before 8 years ago, there were a lot of things we agreed with on both sides.
Right.
Whereas recently, it's more one-sided. But
I didn't change.
True.
They changed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are gun owners who are strictly using it to protect ourselves.
Well, it's staggering. And I don't think this gets mentioned enough. The leading cause of death for teenagers in the US, gun violence. The leading cause of death, gun violence. It's a problem. It's an issue. At this point, I almost want to say it's an epidemic.
But your forefathers didn't want you to address it.
Because, you got the right to bear arms.
Yeah. Without any repercussions.
Which at that point was strictly for in case the British came to invade, that you'd be able to go help fight. That's what the whole thing was about. It was not about, I got a collection of AR-15.
You know how long it took to load a musket when the Second Amendment was put?
Yeah.
It was almost 60 seconds.
Yeah.
There's YouTube videos of gun enthusiasts like showing you how they used to load it with the pellets, then the powder, then stuffing it down, and almost 60 seconds.
Yeah. What were they saying in Glory? A good man can get off like 3 shots? 3.
Duh.
Yeah. 3 shots. Good man, get off 3 shots. But you know what they're going to say?
300 nowadays.
Yeah. They're going to say mental health.
Mm-hmm.
We get it. Yes. Obviously, to do something like this, you have mental health issues. No doubt.
There's something going on for sure.
Yeah. But in all school shootings, and she was trans, so they're going to throw that out there. The common denominator, Parkland, Southport. Is it Southport? The one that old boy got sued over. Alex Jones got sued over.
Oh, Sandy Hook.
Sandy Hook. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sandy Hook, Columbine, Parkland. The one in Michigan where the kid parents are going to jail. All of these school shootings.
Which, by the way, you could talk about school shootings for the next 45 minutes.
Oh, easily. The common denominator in all of this is the gun. It's not mental health. It's not trans. It's not immigrant. It's not this, that. The common denominator is gun. If this person had mental health issues and was trans and went to that school with a knife, you're outside. You can't do anything except tap on the window and wave your fists at people. You're outside. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do damage with a knife. I'm not saying that at all. But the common denominator here is the gun. Without the gun, it would not happen the way that it happened.
You can alter hundreds of lives in a matter of seconds. So, like you said at the beginning, I don't know what type of legislation can be written. I don't know that any legislation ever will be written.
Right.
For me, since we're in the situation we're in, it all boils down to responsible gun owners beginning to criticize irresponsible gun owners. And a lot of the issues that I think we run into right now is you have people who are so, because look, man, most of these people at these gun conventions and places like that, those are law-abiding citizens.
But there's also the loophole.
Yeah. But those people are there like as enthusiasts. They don't want to see that gun in the wrong person's hands. The problem is that person never speaks up because they hide behind, well, I'm a conservative. We're for the Second Amendment, and that's that. No. You feel the same way I feel about it.
Don't forget.
It's about that. Yeah, it's about that bread.
Yeah. You cannot leave out the part about that money.
But most of those God-fearing Christians who were right-wing Christians
loosely. Yeah. I'm sorry. I got to jump in and say that Christians loosely.
That's why I pause. Who own these weapons do not want to see them in the hands of the wrong person. They don't. Which is why you always hear them talking about good guy with a gun, because they want to take out the other person who has a gun. But the problem is again, they never speak up about it.
Well,
there's so many people walking around, in my opinion, I hate to say it, a lot of people gonna say that's bullshit. They just walk around day to day, can't wait to pull their gun.
For sure.
They hope something jump off.
You see them in Walmart. You see them in Target. You see them like, bro, why do you need a gun? To go grocery shopping? What are you looking to do?
I saw a dude in the grocery store with some sweatpants on. The gun was so heavy.
Yeah.
Like
pulling his pants down.
All you saw his drawers, a whole right side. Like, bruh, that gun weighs like 8 pounds. Like, what you got to do?
An accident waiting to happen, to be honest. But to go back to what you just said about the good guy with a gun, that's also something that irritates me to my core. Because if I'm in the grocery store, I see two fools shooting at each other. How in the hell do I know who's the good guy?
If I'm a cop, both of y'all done. Bye.
I don't know who's the good guy in this scenario. That's one thing that irritates me also. Who makes you the good guy? Who designated you to be the good guy?
And you know something that I think a lot of people forget? When you engage in that type of situation, say you're the cop, and I'm not defending cops or anything, because I know the job is hard. I get it. But imagine you're that cop, good person, come in there and have to put 2 people down. What type of psychological effect does that have on a good person on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, well,
what type of psychological effect does that have on the little girl or little boy who saw it happen? But you just wanted, this is America.
Well, not just the little boy, the employees. I mean, everyone who witnessed that. Like, how do you feel walking past that spot at work every day where you just saw 2 people get gunned down? It all has an accumulative. That's the way you say that.
Yeah.
Effect on you. You know what I'm saying?
If I'm a shopper at that store,
you don't want to go back.
I'm probably done at that store.
Yeah.
Not because I think it's gonna happen again, but just because of the trauma of it.
Facts. So that's the current event. Anything else you want to add to that, bro?
To the current event? No, I can't think of anything. Do you have anything for a random topic?
I do. But before I get into it, you want to get some random stuff off your chest? Because I'm about to have some fun. I'm just saying.
Nah, go ahead. I'm gonna go after you. I'm gonna close it out.
All right. That's what's up. I am a music fan. So let me ask you a question. What makes a good song? The lyrics or the beat, the music? There's no right or wrong answer, by the way. It's just an opinion.
For me, it depends on the genre of music I'm listening to.
Okay.
So if I'm listening to rap, if you ain't talking about nothing, I could care less who made your beat.
Facts.
If we're talking about old school soul and R&B, I mean, go back and listen to James Brown. Ain't say nothing on 90% of his songs.
But that music was off the hook. Music
had your feet tapped.
Yep.
But in hip hop,
honestly, bro, I can even listen to some hip hop. If that beat fire, that beat fire. I can even get down with some hip hop that ain't saying nothing if that beat is fire.
See, I can't.
I can.
I gotta turn it off.
But I want to talk about some lyrics. You're going to recognize this once I get into it. I'm going to read these lyrics. And when I say read, I am not making these up. These are the lyrics to a popular song. So, here we go. It's 2 a.m. I'm just getting in, about to check my message. No. Let me get through this. No one is called.
You know I'm singing the song in my head as you said.
No one is called but my homies and some bill collectors. Cellular rings. Somebody wants to borrow money. I two-way her. She don't hit me back. Something is funny. Remember, it's 2 a.m.
Yes, sir.
So I called her mother's house and asked her had she seen my baby. It's 2 a.m. I drove my 6 around looking for that missing lady. It's 2 a.m. Got back in, turned the TV on and caught the news. It's 2 a.m. Then I put my head on my head because I'm so confused. First, you called that woman mama at 2 a.m.? Red flag.
Especially considering that you probably the same age as her mama at that time in his life.
You took your car back out at 2 a.m. to drive around to look for it. What you looking for? Her car? Where do you think she was going to be at 2 a.m.? Just hanging out somewhere? So you stalking basically now. You driving past somebody's crib at 2 in the morning. But let me continue. Then I turned the TV down because I thought I heard a squeaky sound. Something's going on upstairs because I know nobody else lives here. So if you and your girl don't live together, that means she purposely brought another cat back to your crib? Stop it!
Well, you got to remember, the brother who wrote the music been proven to be kind of a weirdo by this point.
You called her mama. You took your car out and drove around for however long, came back in, turned on the news, and at no point did you think to go check upstairs? That never crossed your mind?
Mm-mm.
Man, this is absolutely the silliest song ever, bro.
But I've been singing it in my head ever since you started saying the words.
That is the genius of Kales.
Mm-hmm.
Because the music, the melody, everything is catchy. We're all singing it. This song is stupid as... Man, this song's so stupid, bro. This is the dumbest song ever.
Is it? Or is the follow-up?
You talking about the end?
Where he goes, don't I know you from somewhere? So you forgot about him?
Hold on.
You almost beat him to death.
Hold on.
You forgot about it?
Hold on. I ain't asking you no questions. You ain't got no business you in my crib. One, you in my crib. But two, you in my crib with my lady?
That's right. This is the follow-up. I'm tripping. This is the follow-up to the first one.
Yeah. But you in my crib with my lady. I ain't asking you no questions, bro. I know we were just talking about guns, but that thing about to come out. I'm sorry.
In the house. We've already said it's for protecting our home.
Yeah. That thing coming out.
And the only difference between the first video and this is he didn't have a bald head. All he had was braids. He still had the goatee. Same brother.
And the 25 dudes who came walking in at the end, which is also dumb, because I'm shooting all y'all. Who are y'all dudes? Why y'all in my crib? Now I'm just opening fire.
Not to mention I'm Mr. Big. What?
Yeah. It's just a silly song, bro. It just one day I was just like, man, do you know what's a stupid ass song? This.
But you know what I thought you were gonna do?
Stupid ass song.
I thought you were gonna bring up some Biggie lyrics, because Biggie got some lyrics back in the day that you read them, you go, oh, what? Yeah, he got some. But so does Cam.
Give me some.
Well, I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it on.
Oh, it's some explicit stuff?
Man, some crazy
Okay.
stuff.
Well, I've always felt that way about Big Pun, and I don't want to be a player no more.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like, okay, you flowing. I'm like, but some of this is like really stupid, bro. Like when you actually listen to what he's saying, it's just like, this is dumb. Like so dumb. But
Cam and Mace do that to each other a lot. Like Mace will read lyrics from Cam, and Cam, like as soon as he would say it, Cam would just bust out laughing. And Cam would be like, that's all right. You got some out there that's suspect too. I'm going to find them. But if you go back and listen to some of those, like Horse and Carriage, there's stuff on Horse and Carriage, you like,
it beats so fire.
Oh, yeah, Horse and Carriage crazy. But you like, What? You did what? Who does that? Or Biggie? You look so good.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Nah, Biggie.
Yeah.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. In the 600, ain't there smoking cigar? Come over here. I think I see your baby father. What? Oh man, that's my rant.
Okay, well we're gonna transition. We're gonna close this thing out with some
Well,
with
before that though, we gotta do our 5 on the black hand side.
Oh, what you got?
Well, let's just talk about Harlem Nights since we started talking about it earlier.
So, starting at Sugar's, running errands for him, which, by the way, what was it, like 2 or 3 in the morning? He shows up. Dude asks him to leave. Hey, man, this dude, kids are unlucky. Now, granted, I understand that part. This is my club. I'm not kicking nobody out. I understand that too.
But I also understand, oh boy, you got money on the table.
Yeah, get him out.
Yeah, if he distracting you, he distracting you. So I understand that part too.
So he didn't leave. He was already a tough guy, whatever age he was at that time. Little Trey from
right. Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah.
So
which we gotta do one of these days on our 5 on the black hand side.
For sure. But then it shows when he's grown. And in comes Tommy. In comes Chihuahua Man and Jasmine Guy. I'm forgetting the names, y'all, because Tommy played Tommy in everything he ever did. So it's easy.
Facts.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Tommy Ford is his name.
Chihuahua Man didn't have a name, I don't think.
Yeah, he
but Jasmine Guy was, gosh, what was her name? Like Dominique
LaRue.
Dominique LaRue. There you go.
Yeah. Creole,
yeah.
Oh, you don't want to mess around with them Creole.
No, man. They bring you drawers in the yard and you can't leave the house.
Just one of the dumbest things to say. But Sugar told him, hey, leave her alone.
Yep.
Not to be messed with. What did he do? Took flowers.
Yep.
Went, offended the big man.
Yep.
Then they send a hit squad. Then they respond. And then they set up, what's his name? For Sunshine. What's the dude's name? They ran the numbers.
Oh,
hey baby, this is Daddy.
Yeah.
Home again.
Phil. What was his name?
Well, Phil Cantone was the cop.
Phil Cantone was the cop.
Was it Tommy? No,
it wasn't Tommy.
Bobby?
No. Because he called his wife. Richie.
Hey, baby.
Hey, Barbara, this is Richie.
Yeah, I ain't never coming home again.
Have a nice life.
No. He said, take it easy. Like one of your homeboys said, hey, man, take it easy. I'll holler at you tomorrow.
Yeah.
But everything he did in that movie led to a response from Sugar and the crew. Everything. He forced them to go into hiding.
It was all quick fault.
Because he was let's not even forget about with Arsenio Hall and Tommy you know.
Yeah.
Like everything.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go see Tommy.
Yeah.
You could have just left it alone.
Well, actually, he did, though. Sugar told him to go see Tommy.
You're right.
Yeah. That was their way of trying to figure out if they could get out of old boy trying to strong arm.
Right. Then, not only do you mess with the girl, you go to the crib and he says, oh, you have a nice place. Well, it doesn't belong to me. I'm out.
Yeah.
In that situation.
Because who got keys to this door while I'm in here handling my business?
Who in here?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, all that.
And then not only that.
And you find the pistol under her pillow.
I'm gone.
For sure.
Why she in the bathroom?
For sure.
I'm up.
For sure.
But no, you wanted to stay around and kill her.
Right.
Get what you needed.
Right. Dip on out.
And then kill her and dip out. Instead, like, as soon as she went in to put lingerie on, I'm ghost.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah, no, I feel you.
Still a great movie.
An absolutely great movie. I never looked at it like that, but you're right. Eddie Murphy did start all of the drama. He quick started all the drama because from get-go, Sugar was like, hey, we had a good run. Let's just move to another city.
Nah, Sugar, we ain't running.
We ain't running, Sugar. We ain't punks. We ain't no punk. And Sugar like, nah, bro, it ain't about being a punk, though. It's about being smart. Like, we ain't soldiers. He kept telling them that.
He did
We
say
ain't
that.
soldiers. We ain't
soldiers.
gangsters. We hustlers.
Yep.
We get money. He wanted to be the tough guy.
Yep.
So you're right. You're right. He was the one who kept all the shit going.
But if you look back at a lot of those movies that we grew up on, the hero of the movie always ends up
the
being
bad guy.
Dude, you ever notice that Netflix has a show about Cobra Kai? They don't have a show about Daniel-san. They got a show about Cobra Kai.
All right, wait. I think you need to tell everybody your Daniel-san theory, bro.
Daniel-san should have left that girl alone. He never would have got his ass whooped, and he would have never had to go learn karate. What did he do? He kept antagonizing everything. Dude, just go away.
We're talking about the first Karate Kid, y'all, 1984.
Just go away. She got a man.
Mm-hmm.
Leave her alone.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what would you do? Because like back in the day. So what? You and I have been around each other. We've known each other since what? Second grade, third grade?
I would say kindergarten,
Kindergarten?
Bro. Yeah.
You've been married for a long time.
Mm-hmm. 25 years,
Y'all
bro.
have been together forever.
Mm-hmm.
I have been around your wife as long as you have.
Mm-hmm.
Because your wife's sister and my sister grew up as best friends. Dog, if we are out kicking it, and you know as many new dudes used to move into where we from.
For sure.
And one of them trying to holler at your lady, we whooping his ass.
Let's do that. Even though that's my fight.
Right. But if I'm there.
Oh, yeah. Get in where you fit in.
Jumping off.
Yeah, get in. Yeah, get in where you fit in. Yeah.
But the whole movie, if you go back and watch Karate Kid, Daniel-san was praised as some hero. He wasn't. You just left Cobra Kai alone and left this man to be with his lady. He would have never had to put hands on you.
They were not the bullies. He was the bully.
He was the bully.
It started at the beach.
Yes.
That night at the beach. What did he kick the radio or something?
Yeah. So they responded.
Yeah. Why you kick my radio, homie? And whooped him and then was like, go home, dude. Leave us alone.
Leave us alone. What did he do? He went and found Mr. Miyagi. Go home, man. Leave me alone. Like it's just.
Yeah. I whipped you already. I ain't trying to keep whooping you, dude. Leave me alone.
It's like I told you a little while ago. Roll the window down, sitting at the drive-thru. That beat, it just wouldn't leave. It's like, dude, just leave.
Yeah.
I'm swatting at it. She's swatting at it. So, but yes, there are so many movies that we all grew up loving, where if you go back and watch it, the person who you praise as the hero was the person who actually initiated all of the BS. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying...
I like that theory, bro.
I'm not saying Karate Kid is not a great movie. I'd watch it again right now, but I'd watch it with a different perspective.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, Netflix came calling Cobra Kai. They didn't come calling Daniel-san. Yeah, he may have appeared on the show later, but...
You didn't watch Cobra Kai, did you?
No.
They kind of touch on that, though.
Oh, I'm sure they do.
They kind of touch on that when he actually like meets up with Daniel as a grown-up. He kind of tells him like, dude, like you were the asshole, not me.
You know, had you just left me alone, I wouldn't have beat your ass.
And he was like, he told him, he said you cheated at the tournament. He was like, you shouldn't have won because you cheated. But he was like, yeah, he was like, you think that my life was this, that, and the other. He was like, you were the one. He was like, I didn't really have no beef with you. He was like, you had beef with me.
He sure did.
Yeah. That crane kick.
That's another thing. So you can get away with the crane kick.
The crane kick was illegal. Yeah. He totally told him that. He was like, yeah. He was like, you were the one. He was like, not me. He was like, so now my life is shit. I'm giving away the plot to Cobra Kai. Sorry, y'all. He was like, my life is shit. Your life is great. He was like, but really, you're the asshole in the story, not me. Which is why Cobra Kai started out being about Johnny Lawrence. Mm-hmm. It eventually morphed into being about Daniel LaRusso and his kids. But yeah, no, you're right. I like that, bro. I actually love that take. I wish you would come up with more, man, because it's just an interesting perspective. You know, I'm silly.
I'll have some more.
I'm silly, and I like to laugh at off the wall type stuff. Anyway, I got a different sense of humor. So Yeah, keep it coming, man. So with that, y'all, it's time for our closing monologue, and I'm gonna just let my brother take it away.
Appreciate it. So I want to speak on something that's near and dear to me and my family, affects my son on a day and his lady and his daughter on a daily basis. So I want to talk about vaccines and autism. So, as I said, I'm the grandfather of an autistic child. The whole myth of vaccines and autism started back in 1998 by Andrew Wakefield. He published a study claiming that there was a link between vaccines and autism. That study was later exposed as being fraudulent. The data was faked. He had financial motives, and he even lost his medical license. But there are people out here today, such as old Gravel Voice, that keep spreading the same lie. There's been decades of solid research that proved this to be false. There was 16 so far, I believe. There have been 16 population-based studies and even a meta-analysis of over 1.2 million children and countless global reviews consistently find no link between vaccines and autism. The real reason we see more autism diagnoses today, and I think you and I had this conversation in the past, and we're not trying to be heartless about the situation. Where we grew up, there was a class of children that never left that class.
Mm-hmm.
There were plenty of times people would make jokes about those children and so on and so forth.
Didn't want to ride the bus to school.
Right. There was a very good chance that a lot of those children we grew up with were autistic.
Misdiagnosed, basically.
Right, misdiagnosed.
Or undiagnosed.
Yeah, we didn't have the understanding or the language to recognize it back then. So in the meantime, vaccines have saved millions of lives, pushed life expectancy higher. I can provide proof of that if you'd like. And nearly wiped out deadly diseases. Unfortunately, a couple have come back over the last few years because of this. The truth is simple. When it's all said and done, vaccine saves lives. They do not cause autism.
Boom. Period.
End of discussion.
All right, man.
At least for me.
That's great. So we're gonna leave it there, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of For the Fam podcast. This time we're going to state our names. I'm 6 Mil, keeping it trill.
It's your boy KG.
You can find us on Blue Sky and Insta, and we have uploaded the audio only to YouTube. So again, we're trying to make ourselves more accessible. We're on Spotify.
Yep, Spotify.
We're on Podbean.
iHeart.
We're on iHeart. So you can find us where you get your basic usual podcast. So share this. Give us a like. You know what I'm saying? Listen back. Turn it on when you're in the car. You're taking a road trip. Just listen. Hell, we don't care. Just listen.
Just listen.
Yep. All right, y'all. We're going to leave it there until next time. We'll holler. Peace.